Hello and welcome to the Classics on Ace TV, where all your sports needs are catered. I'm your host, KO, also known as Kweku Opoku. Today in the Classics, we'll be watching the highlights of one of the most historical fights in boxing history. But today, we are also doing something different. We have a guest on the show, Dave, who will be giving us his thoughts on this epic fight. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So the year was 1974. The place was Kinshasa in Zaire, now known as the Democratic Republic of Congo. The event was Rumble in the Jungle, the heavyweight fight between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. This bout was very psychological from the beginning, coming from the end of Foreman. So George Foreman kept Ali in the ring waiting for several minutes. Many people thought that this was a psychological strategy. The locals were frustrated. They started booing Foreman and cheered Ali with the famous words of Ali Boumaye. Let's go to the highlights.
Shifting left for right. George moves slow. Ali gets the first punch in. Looking to drop that left hook. From Zaire, Africa. That punch did no damage. That one did. And vicious hook. There's a real strong right hand just underneath the heart. And Muhammad Ali, but a straight left jab thrown by Foreman. Has Ali in the corner. Ali dances back. Hangs on. What a tremendous face. Left jab right in the button. Thrown by Ali. Another left jab. Another left hand on the right eye of George Foreman. George Foreman continues to stalk Ali, tries to get through with a straight left jab, an improved left jab. There's a vicious, awkward, but very powerful. In round two. Oh, a great left hand taken by the champion George Foreman. There's the left hand in the eye of Foreman. Ali scoring some punches here. Continues to taunt and talk. Definitely serious. Tremendous combination by Muhammad Ali. Foreman backing Ali to the ropes. There's the vicious left hook to the body. Foreman setting him up against the rope. What a vicious, fast combination by Ali. Foreman looks unusually slow with his hands. But look at this now. All of a sudden he opens up. Move across the ring. A right hand lead by Foreman this time. Another right hand. A good right hand by that blow. Vicious right hand now in round three. Ali showing his dominance.
Welcome back. So before we go to Dave, personally, I had heard about this historical fight and I'm aware of who won, but until now, I had no idea and I've not had a chance to watch the whole fight. The beginning of the bout could give a wrong impression of how the fight ended. Dave, what was your take on the rounds 1 to 3?
So to really understand what happened in those rounds, we have to understand what stages in their career each fighter was, right? So Foreman obviously was the raging bull. He was the guy. He was a guy at the time, and he was a guy you didn't last in the ring with more than 3 rounds. I think before the fight he had like 40 fights, won all the fights, 37 KOs. And Ali was at the tail end of his career. I mean, he was still very good, but then obviously in boxing, age catches up to you, right? So that will help us understand what strategy Ali came into the fight with. And the strategy was really simple, right? Pick his spots and then clinch. So if you watch the first few rounds, he lets George Foreman do all the work, and then when George Foreman opens up, he counters and then he holds him. Foreman came to knock him out just like he did with all his other opponents, right? But of course, Ali was smarter. So he picks his spots, clinches, and then George Foreman does all the work. Now, mind you, a lot of people didn't go the distance with Foreman. 3 rounds, you are out. So that sort of worked to Ali's advantage, being able to hold him, not allowing him, to actually fight his fight, so to say. So I mean, that is what I thought of the first few rounds. Ali came in with a very clear-cut strategy, and that was, hey, once Foreman opens up, he counters and then he holds, and let Foreman do all the work.
Looking for the opportunity, has a tremendous look of determination. Staggered. Foreman staggered. Definitely. On the referee's side. The referee separates the two fighters. There's the vicious left. No real serious damage done. Ali is getting his hand up. The wild left. Round 5. This is George Foreman's round all the way. Ali, this is a cruising round for him. Foreman wailing away. Good twist left, the combination by Ali. Lands in the head of Foreman. Foreman with that right. Ali's going to good. Good pass. A good right. Backs up Foreman. Backs him up in his back. Foreman staggered. Foreman tries to look. Ali's going to the right. Foreman can back to the left.
Wow. I haven't seen a fight like this in recent times in the heavyweight division, especially the round of 5. Both men were done, but they kept throwing punches as you would expect in legends. Dave, what do you think were the boxers' strategies coming in?
So I think in the later rounds, Ali started to get to Foreman mentally, right? So if you watch, you see that Foreman's punches were not so compact compared to the earlier rounds. His punches were a bit more erratic. You know, he was just trying to get the guy out of the ring. He was trying to knock him out. And that was his sole focus. He didn't have any other plan. But Ali, of course, if you watch the fight, you see Ali talk to him. And most people will tell you when Ali is fighting, he talks to his fighters. There are a lot of it's like, you know, we do see Ali win very impressive matches, but then we never talk about the mental aspect of his game. Ali will talk about you all day before a fight, and then even before you get in the ring, he has one up over you because you are thinking, man, this guy is really in my head right now. So I think that's what was happening there. He got to him mentally. Foreman became a little bit more erratic. He opened up a little bit more. He was getting counted more. So the later rounds was, I would say, was where Ali got to Foreman mentally. You know, Foreman knew he couldn't knock him out like he wanted to. And he became a little bit more erratic. He was throwing punches. His punches were wider. It was wilder. And I think Ali had the better part of him as the rounds went on.
I couldn't have agreed with you more. Let's finish watching the rest of the fight where the epic action happens. We'll be back.
Oh, great left hand taken on the face of George Foreman. Ali scored 3 in a row that time on that face. These punches are landing, bouncing off the eye of the heavyweight champion of the world, George Foreman. Foreman has his work cut out for him. Foreman looks like, well, a bit arm weary until that right hand is trying to set Ali up. Right hand misses. That right hand scored by Ali. Look at these combinations that Ali lands. Straight left and a good right hand taken on the side of the head. Ali's face is not marked. George Foreman gets in a pretty good left to the butt. Punch was hard to see on television, but he did score a pretty good punch inside. There's a good right uppercut. Control him now. Some pretty good heavy right hand. 2, maybe 3 good punches. That punch taken on the glove. That one slips by the left ear. Right hand by Foreman was not effective to let the man punch himself out. 30 seconds left in round 8. Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he works over the shoulder of Foreman. This is a combination.
Wow. Let's go to Dave first. David, what was your overall impression of the Rumble in the Jungle?
So my overall impression is that, you know, experience is very important. Of course, youth on your side is also good, but then the experience will actually get you a lot of results that you normally wouldn't get. You know, Foreman, this fight was supposed to crown Foreman as the guy, right? Ali was almost done. He came in and showed Foreman that, look, you know what, I'm still the man. I think this was a clear case of experience over youth, and Ali did a very good job demonstrating that, you know, he was still the man.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed today's classic show as I did. See you all next week as we take you through another epic game or match. I'm your host, KO. Love you.